Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to the July reading wrap up. So July was really a very fun reading month for me, to be honest, because this month I managed to read 4 books, which is very unlikely for me because I'm that kind of a person who reads only like 1 or 2 books per month because I usually don't get any time. Since I'm a college student, I have a lot of work in my university, I have my assignments and stuff, so I really don't get enough time to read books at all. So this month I was very impressed by myself. I was also shocked that I managed to read 4 books, and guys, all these 4 books were almost 5 stars. I wouldn't say each and every one were 5 stars, but I actually liked all of them. So in this video, I'll be showing all the books that I read, if I liked them and what rating would I give them, and if I would recommend them to you or not. And also, all these books are very popular books. These are very popular book talk books, booktube books. The first book is The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. I was very excited to read this book because this book has been on my TBR for a very long time, and since the movie was coming out, I thought, why would I not read the book first? Because obviously, as many movies have seen that is adapted by books, I always love the books. Because in series, they always change something, like something. So I wanted to read the book first. So this is about 2 scientists named Olive Smith and Adam Carlson. So Olive is a grad student and Adam is basically a professor. Olive has a best friend who's Anne, who believes in relationships and stuff. So when Olive came to know about Anne's love interest, she wanted to show that even she is in love, she's dating someone, and to prove that, she tells her that she's going on a date and she kisses the first man she sees. And that first man is Mr. Adam Carlson. So this is a fake dating troupe. So they both fake date for their own benefits, and eventually they gain feelings for each other and they fall in love. So I loved this book. For me, this book is a 5 stars. Like, this was so good. It was so cute, adorable, such a good rom com. I have to say, this is my favorite rom com. The way Olive was constantly roasting Adam, and the way, Adam wasn't triggered at all. He was, like taking it very casually, funnily, and also Olive's, her own story, which is obviously kind of sad. So I actually loved this book, and I would obviously recommend to all of them. And I guess a lot of people would have already read this, but if you haven't, then this is your sign to actually start reading it. The second book is The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden. This is actually my first Frida book. I've never read any of her books, so I wanted to start my thriller journey with Frida books. And for all of you guys to know, I started reading very recently. I actually started reading 2 years back in 2024. I started with the Twisted series, and as I said, since I had no time and stuff, I wasn't able to read a lot of books. So lately, I've been getting good amount of time. So I just started. So yeah, since this was my first Frida's book, I wasn't able to guess who the serial killer was. So this book is about a girl who's Sydney Shaw, who lives in New York and has very terrible luck in dating. She has gone to a lot of dates but always ended up having the worst date. So finally she comes across this perfect man who's perfect in every aspect, and she's clearly in love with him, but she eventually gets doubt on her boyfriend because, as per the news, it's only women who gets killed. So, and the man eventually kills all the women he dates. This book is that. Eventually you will find who the serial killer is. Basically, you wouldn't even guess them. If you have read any other Frida books, then I guess you'll be able to guess it, but since this was my first book, I wasn't able to guess who the killer was. So for me, it was really very good. I would give this a 4 stars. This was a very easy read. I read this in like 1.5 day. It was very fast paced, very easy reading. I got so hooked into this book that I finished it in like 1.5 day. So for me, this book is a 4 stars, and I would obviously recommend to you if you haven't read any Frida books, and if you haven't read this book, then you will have to read this. And the next book is The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelis. Michaelis. Is that right? I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong. But dude, I got goosebumps when the plot twist got revealed. I never expected it. So, this book is about Alicia Berenson, who eventually kills her husband 6 years ago, and from then she doesn't talk. So, she's sent to a mental asylum, and her therapist, Theo, wants to actually know what happened that night. Why did Alicia kill her husband, Gabriel? What was all of it about? So this story is about that, and my favorite thriller, 5 stars, no doubt, no doubt. I've seen a lot of people having mixed reactions, saying it's is a slow burn thriller. Yes, I would agree. It's slow burn. It's a psychological thriller, but the plot twist. I had goosebumps. I didn't even realize that there were two timelines in this notebook until I read the plot twist. So good. And even in this, you wouldn't be able to guess who actually the suspect is. You will not be able to guess. You will not be able to guess. So I guess this is a very popular book. Almost everyone who has read thriller books would have definitely read this book. So if you haven't read it, then obviously I would recommend it. This is a 5 stars rating for me. And the last and final book is Five Survive by Holly Jackson. And again, this was my first Holly Jackson book. I haven't read the A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. I'm about to read them next, but this was my first Holly Jackson book, and I would give this a 4.5 stars. I loved this book. Six teenagers on a road trip, and suddenly their RV breaks down in some isolated area, and there's an active sniper who is shooting. And what's the reason? There is some kind of secret that only one of these six members know, and he wants that secret. They only have 8 hours, and in that 8 hours they will have to reveal that secret. If not, all the six members will be eventually shot. I loved this book. Again, this was a very easy read. Every chapter actually leaves you on a cliffhanger. So whenever you end a chapter, you will want to know what happened next. So again, if you haven't read this book, I would recommend to read, because this was actually a very good thriller book. So to be honest, all my July books are thriller books. I mean, all are thriller books. So this July was a thriller month featuring a romance book. So this was my July reading wrap up books. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm planning to share a complete review on each of these books. And if you would like that, do tell me in the comments which book would you want me to review first. So thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed my channel, do subscribe, like, comment, and do share. Thank you so much.